And we're joined now by Shirley Bovshow, who's brought us an array of the amazing plant, agave.
I know.
What kind of plant?
Agave.
What kind of?
Did I say it? Agave.
Amazing.
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 Wow.
Everything
I don't even realize I'm doing it now.
I know, right? There it is. I think we're down to 10. What is agave?
Well, agave is a succulent plant that's related to the yucca, if you're familiar with the yucca plant. So it's known for its fleshly leaves that holds water. A lot of the agaves have a spine at the tip and also around the margins of the leaves. And they're indigenous to the United States. They're, good old Western plants as well as Mexico and Central America.
USA.
Made in the USA, yes. And they thrive in desert, arid lands.
Tough
They're the
plant.
most, tough and the most versatile plant. It's like a 7-Eleven.
So
Because
what makes
you can
it so
get so many
versatile?
things.
Yeah.
You want to know? Okay. Some of the most, besides for me, I love the look of the agave. It's very sculptural. But the products that come from it, I think some of our friends at home will recognize and some you won't. You're right next to the agave nectar.
I love that in my coffee.
Isn't that great?
It's got a great taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
That comes from the agave, the blue agave plant. And what they do is there's a big flower stalk. They take it out, they open it up, and they scrape inside the pulp. And that, when dried, is processed into the agave nectar. Now, how many of you are familiar with tequila?
I love this in my coffee.
Never heard of it.
Never?
Love it in your coffee.
Well, let me introduce you to the tequila. Okay? Tequila comes from the agave tequiliana. So there's an actual agave in Mexico, in Jalisco, where the original tequila came from.
Is that right?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
absolutely interesting.
It's a sacred plant now, really.
It is for a lot of people. They
Oh,
worship
this
it, as a
was
matter
full.
of fact. Some people do.
This was full when we started.
It was. Okay, but check this out, guys. Not only can you eat it, can you drink it, you can wear it. Textiles and fibers come from the agave. Look at this. This, when you take a bath, scrub yourself, there you go.
Would it be fair to say that you really love this plant?
I absolutely
Okay.
do.
'Cause that's what I'm picking up here.
Okay, but here's something that you probably don't know, and you might not know. Sisal rugs, right
Yeah.
here, agave. Did you
Really?
know that?
I didn't know
This
that
is
either.
incredible.
Isn't that? It's so. That's what I mean. It's the 7-Eleven of plants.
Now, you talked about it. You said this plant can actually help you survive if
Yes,
you get
I
in trouble
did
in the
mention
desert.
that. If you're in the desert, go to your nearest agave.
Amazing race contestant
Yes,
should know
because
this.
it can help you. And let me show you how. Number one, if you're dying of thirst, you find the flower stalk from an agave, you take it down, you break it open. Hopefully you can do that. It's not too brittle. You put it maybe in your t-shirt. Take your t-shirt off. You put it in here,
Wow, look
cover
at
it. Okay, then this is what you do. You find a rock, pound, 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 pound. And then what can you do? You can drink.
Really?
I won't do it.
Yeah.
Is that tequila now?
I
or
don't
does
know
need
that
a
it
little
tastes
more?
that good.
Look at this guy.
Wow.
It's beautiful. It tastes better than my coffee with the
Does
agave.
Does
Nothing
it?
in it.
Okay. But look at this, guys. What if you get an injury, doctor, and you need to stitch yourself up? I bet you've never seen this. You can go to the agave plant.
Can I just say I don't want him stitching me up with that?
Not after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Not my first choice.
What
wouldn't
I
want me
am
doing
going
it
to
either.
do is I am going to get a needle and thread that is built into this plant out of here. And all you do, now if you were in the desert, you would bite into it, just not severing the needle here, but just shy of it.
That needle is serious
yeah,
business.
it's very serious. So I'm just gonna kind of cut into it. And then what you do is you pull.
Oh my God.
You
Look
can
at
help me. Come on,
You
help.
just manhandle
Okay.
the plant.
Now, do you see
Here,
all
help
the
you with
fibers
that.
here, Mike? Can you see that? Okay. Now, what you would do is you start to open it up, and I have one that's already in process. Okay, so you can hold the needle.
Yes.
Okay, this is the interim. I would have continued. You see all the fibers, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's incredible.
Okay, but here's our finished product. This is our needle and thread.
Wow.
Is
like
that
Rambo, 'cause
awesome?
so is Armo.
And if you're curious if it works, look at this. I'm gonna pull it through.
Why don't we let Matt try stitching
yeah.
somebody
Right
with
there.
that?
Because I have
Phil, are
too
you
many.
volunteering?
I have some beautiful plants to show you.
All right,
Because I got to show it off.
Take us through those. What do
Okay.
we have here? Because these are all agave plants.
These are all agaves, and what's really neat, guys, is that you think agave, you think of this, right? No, they come in small, medium, and large. Here is a beautiful one called Agave Blue Glow. And Mark, because you like lighting so much, you
Yeah.
have this backlit. It's a gorgeous blue-green plant with burgundy margins,
Sure.
and you can see a little bit of gold.
It's a miniature?
It's going to grow about this size.
Okay.
So you can
Nice.
have it indoors as a
Yeah.
house plant. This one is Agave filamentosa. And this is what they call thread and needle. And you can see, you know, needle, thread.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful look. It's sculptural. You know, a lot of us can't afford to go out and spend $1,200 on sculpture. But a living sculpture is accessible to all of us. And look how pretty it's picked up with the tones on the pot. Something
Beautiful.
like this will grow probably about this high, and it'll take a while to get there.
I love that one over there.
You like that one?
I think that's
The-
beautiful.
Okay.
yeah.
This is
Look
great.
at this one, like an octopus, and it's a variegated octopus agave, and I
stalks
love
are
it.
amazing.
Isn't that pretty? So it's kind of contorted. This now you can plant it in the ground if you have really well draining soil, or you can put it in a pot with succulent mix. And this is going to grow about 4 feet by 4 feet.
Ooh, that's
and
big.
yeah, it's kind of big.
Yeah.
So, but I like it in a pot. It stays small.
These probably pretty drought resistant in Southern California, great plants.
Oh, not only Southern California, but throughout the country where they're suffering drought. Awesome plant to put in your yard. And it's a focal point. And now this one is really cool. This is the closest looking to what I brought. It's called the Blue Agave, the Weberi. And the Blue Agave is, again, very sculptural. You've probably seen this in icons of the agave, you know, plant where you see it printed. It's got this
I love
form.
the color on the top here.
Isn't that
Yeah.
beautiful? Now this one is where the agave nectar comes from this plant.
This is the one I
Yeah.
want then.
That's-
Okay.
And now this one is large though. It's going to grow about 8 by 8 feet.
Do they flower?
They flower, but the sad thing, gentlemen, after they flower, they die. And what happens is, by that point, it might be 20 years into the life of the plant.
Sure.
There's little pups and daughter plants ready to take over the life.